Okay, good morning, guys. I want to give an update on EURUSD overnight. I usually do my levels around 4 o'clock, but I started a little early yesterday because I noticed we were starting to lose this high right here, so I thought we might end up getting some type of failed breakdown potentially. And I just wanted to be ready because the market has been very volatile. So if there was a setup presented early, I wanted to be ready for it. In my video yesterday, I gave a couple setups. The first setup I had was a failed breakdown of this low. Second setup I had was a reclaim of this resistance area, and the third one would have been a failed breakdown of this area. So we actually ended up getting that failed breakdown of this low right here. I measured it, took 22 pips. We got that exactly at 345. We pushed through, came back down, back tested this level nearly exact, and started pushing back up. So I went long around 1025-ish, and that worked out perfect. Here in this case, a lot of times when we get a reclaim, we get to push through and pull back a little bit before it keeps going up. But I mentioned yesterday as well, we had already tested that 3 times, including twice at 215 and 245. So I was not surprised when we ripped through, which is also why I was ready to be positioned on this failed breakdown. I wanted to make sure if I didn't get a chance to enter here, I was already in. We back tested this major blue level. That was a clear back test of the breakdown area here, which went through a little bit, trapped some longs, and sold after. When my friend from Entry messaged me asking what the next setup would be, I said, well, at this point I'm looking for a dip in recovery ideally of the reclaimed area, and that's exactly what happened at 8:15, 8:30. As you can see, we dipped, pushed up a little bit, didn't hold it, dipped a little more, and then finally at 8:30 had a big push, and that worked out great. The next setup you see here is we came back to the major zone and tried to reclaim it a couple times, and then finally pushed that 945. That is how you want to see a reclaim happen, and then that worked level to level with an exact tag here. We came back down, and that's just kind of choppiness here. It was a dip in recovery, but you're kind of risking it at that point. We came back up, see how we tested this level once, but we pushed through again this time. Closed and opened exactly at this level. Came back and back tested this zone that we just broke out from. Pushed through this level and then hit this one exact, as you can see, and then sold down. Came back, tried to pop, tried to do a dip in recovery as well as a potential failed breakdown of this low. That didn't hold, and that sold, kept on selling overnight. We pushed through the major zone, back tested it here, and then started selling tremendously. This is all good stuff. Pullback is key, consolidation is key to continue uptrends. You don't want it to keep going straight, otherwise it'll go down straight. So going back some more, we came all the way down here, and we didn't get the best setup. We didn't get much of a setup besides what you would call maybe a dip in recovery of this area, but it happened within a 15-minute window. Wasn't really great. I woke up around 5:36, and I noticed we were lingering above this level, so I was expecting some sort of flush in recovery below to go long, or a push through this level to go long. So look how we trapped both sides. We tagged the bottom potentially for a failed breakdown. We tagged the top potentially for people going long, and then we did one more dip in recovery of the zone. When you see something like this, that's what you're looking for to trap people. There's multiple traps. This was a clear dip in recovery of that area before going back up. I was not ready for that, so I missed this entry around here, but I noticed obviously we had pushed once here, and then when we started pushing up, I went long a couple points above this zone, took most of my profits here, and then that played out well. Since then, we've kind of been consolidating a little bit. Levels have been respecting, as you can see. We almost tagged this area, sold back down, back tested this level before going back up and finally hitting that level. As you can see, we missed it here. Minor levels respecting. We back tested the major zone, came back down, pushed through, tested this level almost exact, came back down, dipped and recovered this area. A lot of choppy stuff, not really A+ quality setups, and too much high volatility, but I just want to point out how well the levels were respecting. We finally did peek through this level, and then we sold back down. So right now one could consider us an active failed breakdown. I played the failed breakdown of this low right here. That worked out level to level, and now we're just going back down. It's still active until we lose this low. However, this now sets up a failed breakdown potentially of the morning low so far. So let's see if we can dip and recover this low, come down here. Let me show you what that would look like real quick before I head out of here. So maybe like, ideally maybe go down here, come up, consolidate a little bit, and then take off powerfully. That's what I would love to see. If that doesn't work out, then the next setup I'm looking for is simply something like this. Let me just point out why this is what I'm looking for, and you'll know. I'm not worried about this part, but see, I want to see price come down and test this level, come up and trigger this failed breakdown, and then sell back down to trap more people before actually taking off. So keep an eye out for that. Those are the two setups, and we'll see what happens.